bad.
But here's
Bad.
You're missing.
No, I'm not missing any point at all.
You are.
This is bad.
No, you're not missing the point. But you're missing. You look at this like us playing people would be the advanced spectrum would be like advertisements.
I'm hoping to advance anything.
I-
You're playing people.
But
Exactly.
everyone's doing it
Why?
because that's the game now.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't make it. I don't know why it is.
Is that? What do you think, dear?
You have to look at like
About
that.
what?
People playing people for their own personal goals, whether it be advertisements, commercials, whether it be
Personal
love,
gain.
whether it be sex, whether it be
Acceptance.
I play your father every day for love.
yes, you do. Yeah,
Thank
you do.
You're welcome, darling.
You treat like a sucker.
I am, but you know what? I know that.
Exactly, and there's the respect.
I love that about her.
The respect.
He knows, and he knows that I love him.
Of course, and there's the
People-
respect.
People playing people for profit.
The part
mental
the
or-
part that gets me is the people that think.
Why do people play people for mental prosperity, for personal prosperity, for monetary prosperity, for
Well, obviously it's power, but
why?
because if they're able to play you, they gain this self-evaluation of power.
Okay.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Everybody wants power, which is understandable.
Why? I just want to live.
I don't know. Why would you work at a job 9 to 5 and not want to be the boss?
I never did want to be the boss.
Yes, you did. I do.
No, I didn't.
No?
I ended up being the boss because I was basically pushed into it.
Exactly. Because you were what? We already talked about it. The worker ant. You are cool with
I'm
working
a
your.
worker. ant,
You're cool
right?
with exactly. You're cool with working your ass off, but it did get noticed and it did get rewarded, which is awesome.
Yeah,
A lot of us
that's
don't.
what we're surviving on
A
now.
lot of us don't.
right?
No.
That is what we're
It's not.
surviving on.
No. What? Okay. So what do you mean? Like what are you saying we're surviving?
He's talking about monetarily, his pension and his
Oh,
401k.
Oh,
He's
okay.
That's what
talking.
we're surviving on.
I thought you were talking about like.
No, he's
as a
talking
whole, as a
monetarily.
humanity, like, as a
Fucking
surviving.
control. You're talking
Learn
about
to read
control.
your father when he's drunk.
He's not drunk yet.
Bullshit.
No, he's not.
Okay.
You're talking about control.
Not yet, mother. He had one. He had one yet. Oh, 1.5.
Hmm.
I drank more than he did.
I don't care. I love you both.
So well.
But okay, so my ADHD is not going to be putting off of conversations and not fulfilling one.
What?
Okay, he's drunk. That's it. You're right.
I have been married to that man for 10 years.
Your mother, let me
I
tell
gave
you.
you so much hope.
I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Me and your mother, our souls have known each other for how many centuries? I'm talking centuries, not decades.
Okay, when you say soul,
I
you
have
mean
no
past
idea.
lives. you're
Our
saying this
souls.
one. You mean past lives?
Yeah.
Which I
What would you think, dear? What would you say?
about what?
Probably since Adam and Eve.
You know what?
Yo, if y'all are talking about Adam and Eve, who the fuck was I? Because I know. Mother, tell me, who was I?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Don't lie to me, mother.
Beelzebub.
Lucifer.
Beelzebub? That's who I am?
That'd be my
Wasn't he?
guess.
He was the one with the
Okay,
bugs.
hold on, honey.
Dad, I don't even like bugs.
Beelzebub.
He was the devil of bugs.
Bubba.
I know he was.
Beelzebub.
Yes, Beelzebub. He was the devil of bugs, though. I don't even like bugs. You'll wake up with ants in your ears.
Oh my god.
I think we
That'd be
both,
disgusting.
your mother and I would both be more, if we could turn back the clock to our perfect time, we would be, let me guess, dear, tell me if I'm wrong, I'm talking 1850,
Whoa.
1860.
Might have
Yes,
been your idea.
definitely.
Yeah, would have been your ideal relationship, but you guys were obviously together before that.
So, listen, our souls have
I
been
used to be
together. Oh,
And I can't get
our
up.
souls have
I
been
can't
together.
see what you guys are
since
seeing.
1850.
I'm not even looking at the
Scoot
camera.
up a little bit because I have my back.
I'm just,
I would
I've
guess
got the camera
probably
playing
before that.
behind me,
I used to be a pirate.
and I'm just
Used to be a
listening
pharaoh.
to them.
I think, honestly, it's
You
not a joke.
guys are getting more of a show
It's
than
you
I
and
am.
me. I think I am the reincarnation of Alistair Crowley. I'm only going to say that this one time. I'm never going to say it again.
Honestly, my opinion.
Neither one of them is going to remember any of this in the morning.
Okay.
I'm never going to repeat it again. But I want you to know what I believe because after reading everything, he's the only one that understood me on a certain level. I was like, that's crazy. And then he even said, freighter.
I would say you would probably come long before Allison.
Oh yeah, I know. Way before. But I don't believe I was just reincarnated once. My thing. It wasn't just one time being. I've been here and been here and been here and been here, and I believe that I was at one point Alistair Crowley.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, good God.
How many times
Because it gets
have you encountered that deja vu
Oh, dude.
feeling?
Holy fuck, so many times. Why?
Just curious.
Well, give me an X. Why?
Why?
Yeah, tell me something. I've experienced it a lot.
Okay,
lot.
Are you looking at?
No. So beforehand, yeah, it was literally like once a day. So for a while, it was like once a day. For a while, it was like once. It was like 3 times a week. For a while, it was like once every other week. Now, not so much. But there was like a leading point
So
where it was literally every fucking
So what
day.
you're
I was
saying?
like,
So what you're saying is, you're more listen.
Yeah.
Your soul is more young, a lot younger than
So-
what our souls are.
so I wouldn't believe that. But that's just my personal.
That's what you're saying.
No. So
That's what you're saying.
okay.
When you have more, listen,
Okay.
when you have more deja vu moments more frequently, that means your soul is younger, a lot younger than what ours
I don't believe that. Why would how many deja vus you have seen the future beforehand direct how young your soul is?
Because the frequency is, the longer the frequency in between your deja vu moments, the older your soul is. See what I'm saying?
Say that first part. You said the
The
longer.
longer the frequency, the more
I can't agree with that.
distant the frequency is in your deja vu moments, the younger your soul is.
Can't agree with that.
Let me throw this at you.
Okay.
This is a segue here.
I like signals.
Yeah.
What if you said it in the most blatant and deepest way, and that nothing happened, nothing negative happened?
Armageddon,
Okay.
the last days,
Mm-hmm.
the seventh seal opens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. The last soul that is open and able to transition
Think about it. I'll look at what back to sleep. Think about it. We got a little bit of time.
I love you, baby.
Sorry.
You're fine, honey.
I've been very good about
With what, darling?
here.
With what?
Huh? How did we transition from fluoride in water?
Don't ask me. That was something you all did.
I see what happened.
Yeah?
I see exactly what happened.
Okay.
And I see how it's perpetuating.
Okay.
I mean, like,
You use big
stop
words.
it. But I don't know how.
You can't stop it.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
Okay, so I give you time to think about it. You remember what you were talking about?
Drop your ball.
Mommy doesn't remember.
Hey, not my problem.
It's your ball.
Okay, Dad, let me ask you.
Get it. Get it.
Can I ask you, Dad?
Fire away.
What do you think the transition is that you've been discussing that is going to perpetuate something else?
Transition is going to perpetuate.
Those were your exact words. Can you answer the truth to me in the way that you think about it, or would you have to covet it with something diluted?
I'm going to answer your question with a question. I'm going on 60 years old. Okay.
Mhm.
And I've seen transition from in technology
Mhm.
from the handheld calculator
Mhm.
to basically AI.
Mhm.
Okay. What question do you have on me?
I don't ask you about this life, Dad.
You don't ask me of this
I'm not
life,
asking you about this life.
this life?
Yeah, I'm asking you about all lives. Whenever you talk about the transitions and the perpetuations of everything, you know, and those questions that I ask you,
Hello.
why do you feel like you have to dilute them with distractions, with anything? Yeah.
Distraction.
That's a terrible
Daddy.
example, but yeah.
Yes, hi, Daddy.
Wordings, and, you know, statistics, metaphors, or any of those things.
You know, I look at myself as more of a realist.
But you're still
Would
one.
you agree with that, dude? I'm
Yeah.
more of a realist.
Yeah.
Yes, honey. You are.
I agree with you, but at the same time, even with your declaration of being a realist, you still have the understanding of these past lives and these other things. You still have that understanding.
I do.
Right.
I do.
So, and to most, that wouldn't be a realist idea. Right? Or am I wrong?
I align myself more with the I don't know, what this, the
That's the question.
basic social interaction, standing, understanding, as the mid-1800s.
Right.
That's basically it. I mean,
But that moment right there, though, that moment right there where you have to ask yourself, you're like, how do I word this? You had already thought about it. You had already thought about how to say it. You had already discussed it with yourself. You already examined it.
honestly, I hadn't discussed it with myself.
Well, no, but I
I
mean,
was
like,
talking to your mom.
well, no, but exactly. I mean, but in the idea of like you have to, address it. Like, how do I say this? You had already thought about how to say it because you had already thought to yourself to understand it yourself. Like why does it? To me, that's.
I didn't.
But I mean, like when you ask yourself that, you already have the understanding of what you're asking yourself.
Ask me a question right now.
Oh my God.
Okay. Do you believe you knew me in a past life?
Yes.
Could you tell me who I was in a past life?
I have no idea.
Fair enough.
Because they didn't know you.
Mhm.
You just said you did.
How did I say I did?
I asked you. I said you know me in a past life. You said yes, I did. I said can you tell me who I was in a past life? You said no because I do not know you.
Do I believe in a past life?
Oh no! I had asked you. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was. I misspoke. No, I had asked you. I said I had asked you if you knew me in a past life.
No.
I got you though. Mom, did you know me in a past life?
I have no idea. All I know is I gave birth to you in this life.
And that was a lot of fucking pain, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a pain in the tush.
Right.
Literally.
Do you understand? Okay. Last question.
It won't be the last question, trust me.
It won't be the last question ever, but it'll be the last question of the deepest
Far
moments.
away, buddy. Hell out of here.
Okay, cool.
Oh my
I'm not gonna lie.
What do you
I'm
believe-
not gonna. I'm
Okay,
not gonna
perfect.
shoot.
That's what I need.
Listen.
That's what I need. What do you believe? What do you believe that I am?
What
the
do you
be-
best
Wow.
know about me? I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit.
Right. What do you
They
believe that
aren't
I am a
gonna
being?
remember any of this tomorrow.
You are a being of.
Yeah, and like the overall everything. Like, what would I be? Like, you could see like some people being like a being of chaos. Some people being a being of love or life or fertility.
I can't read it.
What do you see me being?
Somebody
a chaos?
said something and I
A
can't
being of
read it.
chaos?
I'm
Yeah,
looking
that's why I
at the
said that.
phone. It's pointed
I've been called
behind
that a
me.
lot. I try not to be that person. And I think it's one of my biggest curses.
Say
too.
something so it'll bring joy.
You know why?
Why?
Why I think that?
Why?
And why I believe.
No.
You know I'm gonna die of lung cancer, right?
Yeah, I know, but I hope you don't anytime soon.
Where are you going?
Can I have a cigarette?
No. Hey, you can have one of mine.
You only have like one left in that pack.
Welcome.
That must be the last one.
Type something
But I brought another pack for
so it'll bring joy back up.
What do you believe that I'm a being of? And you said chaos. And I asked you why. And you said you didn't tell me.
Rebecca, type something.
You don't know. You haven't found yourself.
That's kind of why I'm asking you.
You haven't found yourself.
So am I only
You don't know who you are.
Right. So am I only chaos? Well, I have a lot of options.
You don't know. But
I've got it down
let me
to
expound on it here. You don't know who you are.
Thank you.
You haven't matured enough to know who you are.
I don't think
put it that way. Use your third eye. here.
Right.
Okay, I don't believe in
that's
third
what I
eye.
know,
but-
Use
but
your third
that's
eye
what
here,
I've been
okay?
doing. That's what
They're not
that's
gonna remember
literally
any
what I
of
like.
this.
Everything. Everything
I
that
don't believe in third
this
eyes.
whole conversation about fluoride, about everything, has literally been about
They're
this month.
both
Right.
shit-faced and
Gotcha.
they're both philosophical.
Who are
So
you?
their arguments when they are
I have
drunk are, oh
options.
my god,
No, you don't have
hilarious.
options. Who are you?
I don't know. But I understand that there's options of who I am.
There's
They
no
sit and
option.
argue
You
and
are
argue
who you
and
are.
argue and argue.
Right.
There's no option.
But
Right.
it's a
Listen,
philosophical.
One of them could
You're
be
sitting
wrong.
here
One of
in
them could be
physical
wrong.
form.
It's
Right.
hilarious.
Who are you?
Right.
There's no options. You're in physical form.
When I say options, I mean like
There's Peter.
there is possibilities, but obviously
You
some
have
of
a
them,
lot of
some of them,
possibilities.
some of them
You
could
have
be
a
wrong.
lot of.
some of
Listen,
them could be wrong.
you have a. I shouldn't say possibility. You have potential out the fucking wazoo.
Right.
Oh my god.
Right.
Trust me.
Right.
You have wazoo
Mother-
potential.
Yes,
talking about?
Dakota.
Huh?
What?
What are you talking about over there?
I was talking to Peter.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
Don't you lie to me.
What are you talking about?
You're talking like some real shit over there, like last 5 minutes.
No, I'm
Talk
talking
me
to
for a minute.
Peter.
You have so
Peter,
much
stop it.
potential, Cody. You are so intelligent. You are so
You don't
intuitive.
chew on the bars.
That's the issue.
Misguided sometimes.
Right.
Misguided.
I agree.
You're
You
gonna
have
hurt your
so much
teeth.
potential.
I'm serious. You're gonna break them off.
You can be so much
That's the question.
greater.
What?
Than I am.
Yeah,
Greater.
I know you're a
I'm
good
talking.
boy. But
You're
don't
here.
chew on the bars.
I'm talking
Beyond what we can even.
above the ceiling, greater than what you are now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, like, I've asked that. You know, I have asked that. These,
You are so
conversations of everyone that I talk to, these vampires, these
Vampires?
I thought
Vampires don't exist.
No,
Listen to
no,
me.
but I mean these ageless men. I call them vampires. They're not vampires. I call them ageless men. You know, people way above their time. Way, you know, I've asked every single one of them, and they always tell me the one. This is it. This is what they tell me. They say, "I cannot tell you the truth in yourself. Okay, I cannot tell you because if I was to define you, then you will define that whatever I tell you in yourself, and it's not your time if you don't understand it, right? That's what they fucking say.
What they're saying is,
The question is, though, I am never, ever, ever, ever going to agree in myself because I'm going to question it. I question everything, and that almost makes me believe that's my being. My being is questioning everything. Okay, until someone tells me. I need someone to tell me.
you need somebody to tell you your
One
goal.
time.
Your goal?
Yes.
You need a goal?
No.
You want me to tell you what your
No,
goal
not
is?
my goal. My role.
What's your goal?
Not my goal. My
you
role.
tell me
My
your
role.
You tell me your goal.
No. My role. My goal doesn't matter.
I can tell
Because I don't
you
have a
your
goal. My
If
role.
you don't
is
have
what-
a goal, you don't have a role.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But if I had a role, it would define a goal.
No.
Yes.
It's vice versa. It's vice versa.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No. Because like
Vice versa. You have to have a goal.
because exactly. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
vice
Dad,
versa.
I love
dude.
you. Dad, I love you. I'm gonna tell you. Because the fact that you already
That's
told
why
me.
you're lost, dude.
No, because you already told me.
What?
You already told me I have so much potential. You already told me.
have.
You already told me my level cap. My level cap's here. I could be above the ceiling. You already told me all this. Because you know.
You have to have
So
a
tell
goal.
me something. Give me a key. It's not just like endless. Because like everything's endless. You tell me everything's endless. Everyone tells me everything's endless. Like I don't understand myself because I
It's
don't.
simple, dude.
It's not simple.
It is it's so simple.
Either it's I'm the fucking devil himself with endless capacity, or I'm fucking Jesus reincarnated with endless capacity. Everything else, there's capacity.
Listen. Don't.
Yeah.
It's real simple. What's your goal? What do you want to be?
You know what's funny?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
You know what's
That's
funny?
a simple.
No, it's not that simple. It's not.
Oh, it's simple.
It would be simple if I was by myself, but I'm not by myself, and I never will be by myself because I have you, I have mom, one of the
What do
biggest.
you want to be when
One
you
of the
grow
biggest.
up, Mom?
No, listen. One of the biggest. I have Jaden. You know, I have Brittany, who I have debated with myself so many times on how to handle. You know, like Brennan. I shouldn't bring him up. But I did. Oh, I did. Okay. All right. Okay.
What?
Brennan was Brittany's baby daddy
Gotcha.
when I was in college, and this is okay. Okay, fine. All right. I'm debating whether or not just to tell everything.
I got to kiss real quick.
Okay. Yeah, you do that because I need time to debate whether I tell everything or not. Mother, do I tell everything or not?
Depends on what you're talking about, darling.
Well, I mentioned Brennan. Does that help explain?
There's nothing to explain about Brennan, honey.
There was a lot to explain. I don't even know if you know, but I don't know.
I don't know either, darling.
I'll tell her. Okay. Only because I love her. Ah! But I mean, I don't know. Where is Pharaoh when I need him? Okay. That's not gonna help right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
Did he really step outside to pee instead of go up to the bathroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good Lord.
I mean, I would too. It's
No.
closer.
Yeah.
It is close. That's the goal, is to get there and get back in the fastest amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully he doesn't fall over or pass
He
out.
won't. He's not that faded. He is faded.
Oh, he's faded. Trust me.
But honestly, I'm loving it. I love when he gets faded because he gets less care, you know, like, not care. But
More
less,
argumentative?
he does definitely get more argumentative. And sometimes I love it and sometimes I hate it.
Oh my
Right
God.
now, I love it. Because I'm giving him topics that aren't arguable, but he'll give me his personal.
No, he'll argue with you. Trust me.
Yeah, he will at the first opening. He will. But I am curious on what I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. Like, this is some deep shit. This is deep. What? This has affected me for a very long time. So, so whenever I was younger, okay.
What?
I'm about to tell you.
Do I want to hear this?
I don't know. Probably not, but I'm gonna tell you anyways.
Okay.
So, so it started off right. Was like I'm gonna explain a bunch of weird stuff. There is a purpose, but it's gonna be in weird intervals, and then we'll just lead to an overall.
Okay, fuck my head up all
Yeah.
you want. That's
I'm not trying to fuck your head up.
Okay.
I'm
just kidding.
I want an argument on my
Argument?
Not an argument. I want an understanding. Overall I want an understanding.
Okay.
If you had it, that'd be awesome. If you don't, then you don't. You know, whatever.
Gotcha.
Started off a long time ago, and I wish I could remember who had walked with me on the street. Okay. But in that time period, it was a female. That's all I can remember now. It was in Rolla, Missouri. But we had
Female.
yeah, but me and her were talking, and she had a conversation with me about energy. And she said, rub your hands together like this. And she said, do it. And she said, imagine a vortex. She said, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Imagine a vortex. She said, go like this. Now, where does the vortex come from? And I can feel it. I can feel it right now. You know, and you can feel this vortex right here. Just a vortex here and a vortex here in both hands.
You know what that was?
No.
It was heat generated by
Right.
friction.
Right. But why was it circular? Why is it a circular friction? You can feel it. That's the thing. You can feel the circular friction. And that was my initial question for my life and what has led up to now. That was my initial question. And after so many years of questioning just that broad fucking thing, it led me down a trail of witchcraft. It led me down a trail of this and that and everything else, understanding. And eventually I was able to summon, well, call me crazy, whatever. I'm sorry, like I said, I'm telling you guys the truth. I was able to summon storms, all right? What I would imagine is I would do, when I originally did it, is I originally would do this, and I would imagine that vortex. And that vortex, I would imagine grabbing energy from trees, life in general, and blasting it towards the sky. And pulling them all towards a certain point and squeeze that energy out like rain.
Can you make rain?
I can, but it makes
Why
me
haven't
tired.
you?
It makes me tired.
Why haven't you done it?
I have Jaden. I can't
You've
just
been
sleep.
sleeping the fuck out of it.
No,
Why didn't you
I
make some
sleep.
rain?
I fall asleep at 4 in the morning every single day because I have to sleep. I have to fall asleep past the witching hour. Okay.
Listen. Stop.
No, I'm telling you the
Stop.
truth. I'm telling you the truth.
I'm calling bullshit.
You can call it bullshit, but it's not bullshit. I have to fall asleep past 4 o'clock. From 3 to 4.
Well, I have no doubt you've been staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning. No doubt.
Every day of my
'Cause
life.
you don't get up till 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Every day of my life, not just now. From 3 to 4, especially, I see things. Okay? I see things. Okay? And some of the things, which could be in tune to being in tune, like intuitive, like ghosts and stuff. It fucking could be, I don't know. But some of the things I see, are just, it drives me crazy. And so that's why, for one, I sleep with the lights on, which I've already told Mom about before, but like, I
Why is
sleep
that?
the lights on,
Yeah.
because no matter what, I'm going to hear them. I'd rather see what I'm hearing. So when I see, for instance, like, my tentacle guy, that still is around. He was there earlier. You were sitting in the chair, and he was saying something. And I told you that I was ignoring him. He was there, and I was ignoring him. But in moments, there are things that I do hear that if the lights are off, I would imagine being pitch black and you're hearing scurries across the floor. Like you would like to know what's there.
Pitch
Right.
black, I'm hearing, in silence, I'm hearing crickets and shit going off in my ears.
In yours. Yes, but imagine like gunshots, explosions, whispers.
In my dreams, I've heard
No.
that, yes.
No, not dream. Awake. In a pitch black room, you hear those things. You want to see them. If I turn the lights on and I hear that scurrying, I can see a shadow move from this point of the room to that point of the room. I can see it scurrying, and I know that it's a shadow. I know that it's what I tell myself, which I could be wrong, but I tell myself it's a shadow. I'm hallucinating it. At least I
You
have.
don't see any rat holes in the wall, right?
No, I'm
So
saying it's a
you know
shadow.
it's
I
not
can
an
see.
animal.
I can see the reality of a rat and a shadow rat. Okay, I can see the difference. There's a shadow rat and a rat. I know what a physical rat looks like. I know what a shadow rat looks like, but I'm still seeing it. Okay.
Have you seen a real rat?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yes.
Seriously?
Who hasn't seen a rat, Dad? I'm 29
Oh.
years old.
How many did we kill here?
Oh, good Lord.
Probably
Probably
Okay.
30.
30.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
plus.
So there's those points. Okay, there's those points where like everything I just said. There's also points on things like this is one of the deepest moments in my life, and this is real. This is not some bullshit. You can say whatever, but this is not bullshit. This really happens, and this is really something that I deal with. Okay. Brennan called me a week.
Brennan.
Brittany's baby daddy. Okay. Before he died, he called me a week before he died to tell me that he was going to be a better father to Jaden than I'll ever be, and that I will have no purpose in Jaden's life.
Okay, so that set off a chain reaction of
Something. But this
I
was
know what
my
I
reaction.
know where you're
I
going
know.
with
So
this.
this I'm gonna tell you everything that happened to that
Okay.
point though. Okay.
Gotcha.
This all happened. This is not bullshit. This happened, and I questioned it forever. Okay. Whenever he called me in that moment, I don't know. It was like it wasn't necessarily me. Okay, but it was like a higher voice or something. I don't know. It was weird. It felt weird. The
It
energy.
wasn't a phone call? Or?
No, it was a phone call. It was a phone.
Okay,
He called
but
me
a higher voice.
in my head, not his. But okay, so he called me me, and his words were, "I'm going to be a better father to Jay than you'll ever be, and you're not going to be around." Was his words. Okay. In that moment, I got pissed off. I felt something. I don't know how to explain this because it sounds weird, but I felt it, and I don't know. I said, "You're going to go to hell." I said, "You're going to go to hell," and I hung up the phone. Okay. That same fucking night, I fell asleep, and I had a dream that I pulled up to a house to pick up Jaden, and Brennan came outside to fight me. Okay, and I eventually jumped on his back, and I choked him out. And he fell to the floor. And Brittany comes out of the house and calls me a pussy. She called me a bitch for choking him out. Why couldn't I just fight him?
Did you ever meet Brendan?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. Yeah. Everything is serious. This is serious to me, Dad. Okay.
I'm just asking.
No, I'm telling you, all this is serious to me. I have fucking evaluated it. Like, this isn't just like I'm not just some fucking crackhead on a fucking street going, "Oh, I'm fucking crazy." No, I have evaluated it from start to finish 1,000 times, like, and still have no answers. Okay. In the dream, I choked him out, left him on the floor. Brittany comes out of the house and goes, "Why couldn't you just fight him man to man? Why couldn't you just be like that? Why did you have to do that?" And I said, "He deserves to go to hell." And as soon as I said that in the dream, these hands start like coming out of the ground and grabbing him and like yanking him into the ground. Okay. 2 days after that dream, Brittany calls me. Okay. This is real life. Brittany calls me and goes, "Cody, I don't know what's going on, but I have a really bad feeling. And Brendan's not here to talk to you right now. He's at work, he overstates or whatever. And I just need someone to talk to. I know how good you are at distracting." That was her wording. "I am great at distracting." And I said, "Okay." And so that's what I did. And I figured that's what she wanted. And so I did it. I distracted her. You know, I flirted a little bit. I made her laugh here and there. It was all comedy based. It was just a distraction. I knew that's what she wanted.
That was a distraction, right?
Yeah, it was. But
Gotcha.
there wasn't.
I'm with you. Go, keep on.
She didn't flirt.
Go ahead.
She didn't flirt. I flirted. I knew that would make her
I
laugh.
thought you said she flirted.
No, she didn't flirt. I flirted. The way that I flirt is like, I'd be like, I could say something funny in the ways of like, I'd be like, "Oh, you know, I bet you just woke up that beautiful." You know, I could say funny little things like that, and she'd giggle or whatever. You know, but it wasn't like, in that moment, in that time and place, I knew that nothing.
Why would she do that?
I don't know. She was calling me 2 days later after the conversation, after the dream, to have that conversation, to be distracted. Okay. 2 days after that, she called me again. And she goes, "Cody, I don't know what's going on with Brennan right now. He's not answering my phone call." And I said, I don't know, Brittany. I said, have you guys been fighting? She said, "No." I said, "Well, what's been going on?" She goes, "I don't know. He left for work about 4 or 5 days ago, and he just stopped answering like, a day ago, 2 days ago." Brennan died 2 days after I told him to go to hell in my dream. 2 days after I told him to go to hell in real life, but in the dream killed him and sent him to hell. He died.
So you think you killed him? You think you killed him?
So
That's what you're thinking.
but it wasn't just that. So that same.
You're thinking
It wasn't just
you
that.
killed him.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Honestly.
Yes. Yes. But it wasn't just wild.
Why do you think you that? Why do you think you killed
Because
him?
the same meditation that I do to someone in the
Why
rain.
do you think
I'm telling you.
you had control of his life where he fucked up
Yep.
and drove through a goddamn
Yep.
intersection
Yep.
and got killed?
Yep.
Why do you think you did that?
Because the same meditation.
That's
that-
bullshit,
Okay,
Cody.
okay.
Don't take that fucking guilt on yourself.
Yeah,
Do not take that guilt on
You gotta let me
yourself.
explain. You gotta let me explain though. The same meditation that I do with the rain, after I woke up and I had that dream, I meditated and I hope that
I don't care meditation.
I hope that he
You're
died.
assuming guilt.
I know.
You're assuming guilt.
But it happened.
That's your
but
not.
it happened.
That's not your guilt.
But it happened.
He drove through the fucking intersection himself.
But it happened.
He did it himself.
But it happened.
You didn't have no control of that. You had no control.
It wasn't-
You were assuming too much fucking power yourself.
Yes, I might be.
You are assuming too much fucking power on yourself.
Oh my.
He did it himself. Okay? He did it himself. He drove through that goddamn intersection and he killed him himself. Okay? You did not do that. It's not about you. It's about him. And that dumbass didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He drove through
Why
that
would he deserve it
intersection.
though? Why would he deserve it though?
Why
Was it
would
because
I
he-
drive through it? How many times have I drove through a
What?
stop sign, honey?
Several.
Many times. Okay? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not about you. It's about him and his dumbass move. And he drove through that fucking intersection
So
himself.
the timing's just weird. It's just
It
a
is
coincidence.
fucking weird.
It's just a coincidence.
He did
that
it
happens.
himself.
It's
He
just
did
a
it
coincidence,
himself.
Dad.
It's not
Everything's
you.
just a coincidence.
It's not you.
Everything's just a
It's
coincidence.
not about you.
It's not, that's not the only time.
It's not about
That's
you.
not the only time.
It's not about you.
Yeah, but that's
Stop.
That's not the only
Stop.
time, Dad.
Stop.
Dad,
It's not your fault. Not your fault.
That's not the only time.
Not your fault.
But that's
Not your fault.
you can say that, and I want to believe
It's
you.
not
I
your
can't
fault.
believe you. I
It's-
want to. I want
brother,
to. I can't, Dad.
I'm
Dad,
telling
I
you,
can't,
it's
Dad.
not your fault.
Dad, I can't. That's not the only time.
It's not your fault.
Dad, it's not the only
He
time.
did human interaction. He did it himself. He drove through the intersection. He did it himself. It's not your fault. Not your fault. Okay?
Dad,
It's not your fault, brother.
Dad, I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna cry, Dad. I've already cried. I've cried 1,000 times over the situation.
I know
I know.
you have.
I know.
But listen,
But
it's not your
Sit,
fault.
sit, 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 sit. But it's not, what I'm telling you is it's not the only time, okay? My favorite quote, this is my favorite quote, okay, is how many coincidences does it take before it's not a coincidence anymore? That's my favorite quote, and I have said that. That's my quote of my life.
So, okay.
How many coincidences does it take before it's not a coincidence anymore? If anyone can answer that question,
What other coincidence?
Even like back before like the reason I even mentioned the whole, because in that moment after I had that dream and I thought about it, and this is before Brittany had called me and said anything bad was going on. It's just my own rage, my own anger, my own everything else. I did my meditation thing, right? Where I do this and I just sit there and I can summon the rain, right? And this has happened 1,000 times. Okay, it's not bullshit. Okay, it doesn't matter if I know the rain's coming. It doesn't matter. I don't have to know anything. I sit there and I do this. I sit there and I do this, and I can imagine the vortex coming from my hands, grabbing the clouds and squeezing the clouds out. Okay, and that has happened. And most of the time it'll be that day. It'll be the next day. Like that's it. It's either that day or the next day. Even if it wasn't going to rain, even if it's going to rain, it does. The only downfall is I get superiorly tired. Like I have to sleep. If I don't sleep, I drive myself crazy. Okay? This is not bullshit. This is not something that I'm just making up. It's something that I have tested. Okay? I'm a scientific brain. I test things. I test them 1,000 times. Okay? If I'm only wrong once, but it happened 999 fucking times, then I have to assume that happened, right? In that moment of anger and rage, I did the same meditation, and I imagined that same energy squeezing him. Okay? And then it wasn't even 24 hours, is when he died. Okay? And you can call that a coincidence. You could say it had nothing to do with me. Well, what if it wasn't even him? Okay, what if it was the other guy? What if it was the driver of the other vehicle that hit him? What if it was? I don't know.
Hell, they drove through an intersection.
But it's the coincidence.
It is a coincidence. It's not.
But it's always.
It doesn't throw the power on any one person. It's just a fuck up is what it is. It's a fuck up in life. And shit happens. Shit happens.
Because I would believe it happened to anybody else.
Shit happens.
But it was the fact of the dream. It was the fact of the day after. It was the fact of
Lord knows.
me
If
wanting.
anybody knows, trust me.
Was
You know, and that's
Shit,
you asked me who I
man.
am. You asked me who I am, and it's like that's my question, right? It's like I'm not a guy that like, right? Where am I?
Dakota, was Brennan even driving?
No, he wasn't.
Wasn't it like his boss or something
Yeah,
that was
it his
driving?
boss.
So, there you go again.
No, that's not. That doesn't.
His boss had control of the situation.
His boss was driving, and the other guy that crashed into them was driving. But if you put so much energy into something,
So you're saying, you're telling me that you're God and you control the situation and you
we're all gods.
cause,
We're all
no,
gods.
we're not.
Gods are creators.
We are not.
Gods are creators.
We are not.
You could be like a god of the gardening, like you garden, like you created your garden, you know, like, or like art, you know, like you create, like gods, like in their generic form are just creators.
Well, you're, okay. Stop. You're,
I wouldn't say I'm God, but I would say we're all gods in our own forms. I thought about this then.
you are minimizing the
Yeah, but
the word God.
right,
Okay.
but a god like
Lowercase g.
you could
Not
yeah.
uppercase
You could
G.
yeah, you could say lowercase g. Yeah, you can.
Lowercase g.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
Okay.
Yes.
Lowercase g
Yeah.
is, listen to me. Lowercase g is not of the supernatural. Lowercase g is of the natural. Understand that. That is the truth. That is the gospel truth.
Right, but like,
Lowercase g,
exactly. Even the
Natural.
Bible is mentioned.
uppercase g
Exactly.
is the
And
supernatural.
it's all only capitalization of one letter.
No, I'm not gonna minimize that to
But
that point. But listen,
this is important to me, Dad.
you have no control of that situation. You have no control of that
This is
situation.
important to me, Dad.
You think you do. You may think you have the power to do because you're Cody Pharaoh. You have no control of that. Okay? Understand that.
Then worst case scenario, I wanted it so fucking badly that somebody else gave it to me.
It just so happens that coincidence gave it to you. It's not you.
Coincidence.
You didn't cause
Coincidence.
that.
I don't
You didn't
I
cause
don't
that.
believe in coincidence.
You did not cause that.
Yeah.
What am I saying, dear?
No, you're answering
You're
right.
telling me.
No, you're answering right. You're answering like everybody else answers, and I respect you for it, Dad. I do. I respect you for
You're
it.
telling me that you had control of that situation. You caused that
I
man
wanted
to die.
it so badly. Yes.
Wow.
I don't know, and that can sound a
You
thousand
know
ways.
what?
I know, and I'm a dick. I could
That's
be,
bad.
I could be an
That's
asshole.
dude.
I could, yeah.
That is bad.
And I've been repenting for it, Dad, for the last 10 years. Not 10 years. I'm sorry. I've been repenting for Brittany's
3
situation.
years, yeah.
I've been repenting for Brittany's situation for the last 9 years, and then that hit me,
Well.
and then I did that. And I've been trying to repent for that on top of the only repentance that I never even repented from. 'Cause
Stop.
I felt like
Stop.
a dick
Stop.
that whole
Stop.
time.
Stop. Stop. Cody, I love you. You have so much potential.
You say that.
Listen, you have so much potential. Honey, have I not told you that same thing?
No, you've told me that same thing, baby.
This
About
guy
what?
has so much potential.
That you have
Oh.
potential, that you, because you're intelligent.
You are very intelligent.
It's more than intelligence at this point, Dad.
No, it's not.
It is.
Listen to this.
I
One of
just
the basic. Listen.
Like, okay,
Stop. Stop.
please me for a second. Let's say you believe me. Let's say you believe. Let's say that you believe that I was this all-powerful person, right? Just
Right.
Just
Cody
enthuse me.
Pharaoh, the
Just
God of
enthuse
all
me.
gods,
Right, just
right? You're
not-
controlling the
just
destiny
enthuse
of
me.
all
Enthuse
people,
me.
right?
Enthuse me for like 2 seconds. Just,
Okay.
I'll listen to everything else for the rest of my
I
life.
hear
Just
you.
enthuse me for this moment,
I
okay?
hear you.
If I was going to train myself to do better, if I was going to
Train?
train my, yes, if I if I could fucking control it, if I could control it,
If you could control it,
where would you guys take me to figure out how to control it, Dad?
you can't control it, Cody.
Someone
You
can.
No, you can't. No, you
He's
can't.
enthused me for like 5 minutes, please. Like, this is
I'm
all I
not
ask.
hearing you, but
That's all I ask. I've listened to everything my whole life. Enthuse me for 5 minutes on this one aspect. Where could I possibly go to possibly, like, is there a
control
place?
everything in life?
No, like,
You want to
no,
be God? Is that what you want to be? You want
No.
to be raw?
That's ridiculous.
That's what you want to be, raw?
No,
You want to be raw?
I don't want to be raw.
Serious?
No, Raw's the son of God. I don't want to be raw. Yes, he was a natural, but no, I don't want to be raw. I don't even want to be Osiris, because he was fucking sacrificed, even though he spit his truth. I don't even know if I want to be Horus. I love Horus, because he's the redemption story, which doesn't really have an ending, so maybe Horus. That would be cool.
Okay, stop for a second. Let me throw something at you. And this is going to fuck your world up.
I'm fucking ready.
Okay?
I was already fucked up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What if it doesn't matter? What if none of that doesn't matter?
Dad, but that.
Stop. What if it doesn't matter?
Oh, Dad.
The main thing in
You
life,
can't just say that.
stop.
You have to explain why.
What if it doesn't matter?
Why?
Your only concern in life is to stay alive, keep your family safe.
I mean, I'm doing it just fine.
You know? How you doing it? How are you doing?
It's another deep aspect, but
Huh?
I can tell you.
How?
Mom, did you ever hear about Russ having heart problems?
What's Russell's heart
I thought it was
have to
his
do with this
anxiety.
question?
I'll tell you.
I thought it was his anxiety.
No, he has anxiety. Did you ever hear about him having heart problems?
No, I thought it was his anxiety that was making him think he had heart problems.
No.
Oh.
He had a surgery set to get a stent put in his heart.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. No one does. You know, this is why. Never mind.
Keith
I'm
had
gonna
10
sound.
of
I'm
them.
gonna sound crazy.
Keith
No.
had 10
Okay.
stents.
Okay. This isn't the point. The whole point. I had a dream that me and Russ were in hell. Okay, some fucking place or some weird ass spot, right? And this is real, Dad. I know it sounds like bullshit. It's not a
Dream.
Yes, it was.
Remember,
This is real. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna
so
tell
it's
you.
a dream. It's not real.
Yeah, but it got real.
Dreams are
It
real.
got real very fast. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. I woke up on the, I'll explain from start to finish, okay? From literally start to finish. We woke up on the cave we woke up on the floor of a cave, okay? Me and Russ, we're sitting
What
there.
cave?
Let me explain. We're sitting,
Okay.
okay?
Go ahead.
We woke up on the, like literally, this is my understanding after from start to finish, this is still what I understand, okay? We woke up on the floor of a cave, okay? I'm laying down, I wake up, and I sit up, and I'm looking around, and all I can see is these cave walls, okay? These cave walls, and then a hallway of a cave, okay? And I look over, and my dad is laying right here next to me, okay? And I look over, and I'm like, and I push him with my arm, and he like looks over, and he goes, "Oh, it's time to move already?" And I said, I guess. And he's, without explaining fucking anything, he stands up, and he goes over to pull me up, and I sit up, and I'm looking up, and I'm like, I'm still standing now, and I'm looking at these walls of these caves, and I'm like, where are we? And he's like, we have to keep walking. That's all he said. We have to keep walking. I said, okay. And so we literally just kept walking down the hallway of this cave. Eventually, down these hallways of the cave, these torches lit up. And it was like, literally, that's what it was. We just kept walking. We were talking about stuff that happened the day before, the day after, you know, like we're talking
Like
about,
on Roblox or something. The lights
you know,
keep,
no, like,
torches keep lighting up as you
not
walk.
necessarily Roblox, but yeah, like just like a movie or a
Gotcha.
show or something, you know, you just see these torches light up down this hallway as you're
Gotcha.
walking down them, you know. And so we're walking down and we're talking about stuff that we did that day. And he's telling me how he's been feeling with Shannon and some other situations that wasn't. The dream got weird on
It
me.
don't matter. So
It does matter for the simple fact of like, whenever he told me stuff in this dream, it wasn't relative in the dream. But after I woke up about a week later, I would talk to him about those same subjects. And he's like, yeah, I just been feeling like Shannon and me haven't been working out. You know, I'm like, you just told me that in a dream, but okay, I can't mention it. Like, you literally just told me that. Okay, like little aspects, right? That was just the little aspects. It gets crazier. Okay. Eventually, we get walking down this hallway, and you see like these torches start dimming down, and they start dimming and dimming and dimming to where it's a pitch black hallway again. But you see the outline of light on the other side of what looks like a door. and the door pitches open, and this bright white, door, figures,
Heaven, right?
no,
No?
opposite.
Hell?
Yeah. So, anyways, this dark figure stands there, okay? And Dad says, "Now, Cody, that's Lucifer. Make sure you're respectful." And I said, "Oh, okay, that's weird, right?"
Why would your dad tell you that?
I don't, I'm telling you the story of how it happened.
Gotcha.
So he says, "Yeah, that's Lucifer. Be respectful." I said, "Okay." And we walk in it. Whenever we walk in, like I get hit with like that bright light type shit, and I fucking eventually it all fixed it. Like eventually it's all balanced back out, and it's a bar, but it's not just a normal bar. There's demons and things with horns, things with wings, things with, fucking little fairy things and little imp things. And
So is that a good thing or bad thing?
we're getting there. All right, finish the story.
Go ahead.
And me and Dad walk up to the bartender, who is like a normal looking dude. He has pale skin, but he has these red horns. And
Pale skin, red and white.
yeah, and I asked him. I said, "Why am I here?" And he said, "Well, you should know why you're here." He said, "You're here to meet him, aren't you?" And I said, "Him." And I said, "Okay." And I look around the bar. I'm like, I'm obviously gonna know, right? So I look around the bar, and there's one human-looking figure among the whole bar. And he's sitting at a table by himself, and it's a little round table, like I don't know, like the table is probably like this big, okay. And there's a stool here, and a stool here. All right. So I was like, okay. So this guy's got this red hair and like these brightish yellowish eyes or whatever. But he's the only human-looking guy in the whole fucking bar. Everybody else is like, I don't know, minotaurs and horns and wings and everything else. He's the only human.
From Star Wars.
Right, he's the only human-looking guy. And I was like, okay, I guess we're probably here to fucking meet him, right? And so I walk over to him, and I sit at the empty stool. My dad sits at the other one, and we're sitting there talking about like normal fucking shit, like our plans for the week, our, at the time it was like the World Series was going on.
Fluoride in
Right.
water
No.
or
No.
whatever,
And
right?
we were talking about these normal situations, and then eventually his lips stopped moving, but I could still hear him.
Your dad?
No, the Lucifer looking
Okay.
whoever he was, right?
Got it.
His lips stopped moving, but he was looking right at me, and I could hear him.
Okay.
And he was like, "Do you love your dad?" And I said,
Of course you do.
"Exactly." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I love my dad." And he said, "Do you want to get?" And at the time, this is what's driving me crazy, is no one is mentioning it now, but up to that point, my dad was having heart problems and was literally having a stent put in his heart. He had the surgery planned. I had already talked to him about that. I'm not crazy for this, and I know that for a fucking fact, okay? This is not, I'm crazy for a lot of things. I can see fucking hallucinations, I can see that, but this, I know for a fact, of like, I know, because I talked to him about it, like, so many conversations, okay? Anyways, in this dream, the Lucifer guy asked me, he said, "Do you want to give your dad life?" And I thought about these heart situations and everything else. And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to give him life." And he said, "Okay." And he snapped his fingers, and my dad vanished, just poof, disappeared. And I freaked out. And I was like, "Yo," I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "You can't just think, like, why?" And he's like, "No." He said, "It's fine." He said, "When you wake up, your dad will be waking up in bed too."
Cool.
And I thought about it. And I was like, "I am dreaming." I said, "I do remember falling asleep." I said, "I am dreaming." And he said, "Don't freak out." He said, "Everything's fine." His mouth started moving again.
So now you're trusting in the devil to tell you that your dad's fine.
Well, listen, it gets
Go
crazy.
ahead.
It gets crazy.
Go ahead.
And he said, "It's fine." He said, "When you wake up, your dad will be waking up out of bed too." I said, "Okay." It freaked me the fuck out, okay? And he said, "But you love your dad." And I said, "Yes, I love my dad." And he said, "Okay." He said,
I need your soul.
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say none of that. That's
Really?
the thing. He didn't say any of that. He did say, "I'll make you a deal," but that's all he said. He
A
didn't.
deal.
That's all he said. That's all he
Okay.
said. Listen, I'm getting to that point, okay?
Go ahead.
I'm getting to the point, all right? He said, "Do you like?" He said, "Do you like it here?" And I looked around.
Of course. Hell, there's women and.
No, that's
What?
there wasn't though. It wasn't about that. It was he's like, "Do you like it here?" And it was like peaceful. There was no like even things with wings and horns, but like it was peaceful. The vibe, like you can walk into a place and feel the intensity if it was a bad place. In that place there was no darkness. There was no intensity. Even seeing these things, but they didn't feel evil.
At the time,
Yeah.
that's what you felt was comforting.
Comforting, yeah, it was comforting. And so like I'm seeing all these things, and I thought about it, you know. And I was like, yeah, I told him, I said, yeah, it's nice, it's peaceful. And he said, what do you think about Earth? And I said, what? He's like, what do you think about home? I said, okay. And I sat there and I thought about it. At the time, I'm like a little bit chaotic, a little stressful. I'm like, I guess it's okay. Yeah, so a little stressful, but I was like, it's okay. I'm like, honestly, overall, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's okay. And he was like, I'll make you a deal. And I said, I'm listening. And he said, what if I told you, he said, you could think about home right now, and you could snap your fingers, and you could wake up in bed. And I said, okay. And he said, what if I told you whenever, anytime, any day, any period, he's like, whenever you're about to fall asleep, he said, you think about here, this spot, this location, this moment, and you snap your fingers, and you fall asleep, and you'll wake up here and continue this conversation. And I said, okay. And I panicked. And in that moment, I thought about
panicked. Why?
because I don't know. I don't know why.
I mean, hell, he was
I don't- honestly
promising
don't-
you everything.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why I panicked. In that moment, I don't know why I panicked. I don't. But in that moment, I panicked. I don't know if it was just the overall intensity of it all. Like, I'm talking about home, and I fucking snapped my fingers. I woke up in my bed. Okay? I was in the basement at my dad's house at that time. I woke up on the couch, bed thing that I had set up. I ran up the stairs, and I opened up my dad's door, and my dad was just sitting out of bed. Like, in that exact moment. And I asked him, I said, were you just screaming? He's like, not that I remember. Why? I said, nothing. He said, no. He said, are you okay? I said, are you okay? He said, yeah. And then his heart fucking problems disappeared. To this day, I asked him, I said, so what happened with your heart problems? He's like, what heart problems? Like, dude, I am not crazy for that, bro. Like, why would I imagine my own father having heart problems? Like, why, okay, you went to the hospital, and I remember you going to the hospital. You left me to guard Caitlin, and you went to the hospital for your heart problems. And now none of them just exist, ever, like, and everyone's gonna tell me I'm crazy for that? No, I remember it. I'm crazy for a lot of things, and I address those things. Like, if I hallucinate so-and-so, I'm like, well, I've seen so-and-so, that's a little fucking weird. Okay, but I don't hallucinate. Like that would be like if you came to me and you were like, "Hey, watch your mom. I gotta go to the hospital for a couple days, and I'm gonna handle some things, and I'll be back." I'm like, "Okay, Dad, I got you." And then I guard Mommy for a couple days, and you come back like a week later, and I'm like, "That never happened."
With sex change.
You know, no. You come back and you're like, "That never happened." Like, I don't know. So like that happened. I've had multiple things that happened after that was still tied to the same dream, but that moment in particular is still one of the weirdest, on top of Brennan's situation, on top of everything else, on top of everything else, on top of everything else, on top of everything else. But it's just all coincidence, and I'm supposed to be okay with it. I'm supposed to just acknowledge coincidence for what? For what? What is coincidence? No one can tell me what coincidence is. No one can tell me how many coincidences does it take for it's not a coincidence. Like, there's no fathomability, and it drives me insane to my point where, like, yeah, I'm in therapy now because I know that I need help, but at the same time, I could ask my therapist the same fucking questions, and she won't say shit. So it sounds like schizophrenia. No, I'm not crazy for that. Like, I am crazy for like, I understand. Like, I know what's crazy. I know when I'm hallucinating. I can see it, you know? I'm not crazy for that situation. How could I imagine watching my sister for a day and a half for it to never happen? And my sister's like, yeah, you watched me, I remember. You remember? You remember me watching you? Yeah. Why doesn't Dad remember?
Your sister.
Caitlin.
What?
Whenever I watched her for that time period, whenever he was having those heart problems, I went to the hospital. And Dad was like, hey, look after your sister. And I watched after Caitlin. And then he's like, after the fact, I asked Dad about it. He's like, I've never had heart problems. I'm like, yes, you fucking did. Okay, remember when Dad went to the hospital? Yeah. Remember I watched you? Yeah. I fucking remember why. Like, no one remembers why? I even asked Caitlin, do you remember why? No, I don't remember what was wrong with him. I remember he had something wrong with him. I remember why. But now it's nothing. And I'm not crazy for that, Dad. I know that. I know I'm crazy for that.
I love you.
I love you, Dad.
Listen, I hear you.
But I'm not going to get answers. I'm not going to get answers anytime soon.
Yeah, that may not happen.
I know. I'm not gonna get answers anytime soon. It's not even mom's responsibility either, and I know that. She'll tell you an answer that's gonna satisfy the need of the moment, but it's not gonna, satisfy me, and it's my problem, and I know that it's my problem. I have to figure it out, and I know that. But I'm not going to answer now. Maybe next month, maybe next 2 months, a year even. I love you.
Oh,
I just, I don't know, man. This is literally stuff that I've dealt with like for a long time, to the point where like it's not even necessarily driving me crazy. It's just a point of like, why is everybody else crazy? Right. And I'm just getting, I'm getting fed up. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't force.
Hey.
I can't. We need, like you say, deja vu's. Like, that moment, like my dad, like, they're trying to tell me it's like a deja vu moment. No, the fuck it's not. My deja vu's are dreams. Whenever I have a deja vu moment, it's usually a dream. Like, it would be like right now. Like, I can see every detail of this moment. I can see you having a blue cup. I can see you with your glasses. I can see your face cocked this way. I can see the TV flashing past that.
That would be a deja vu.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was to me a deja vu. But I had people tell me, like, bro, it sounds like it was a deja vu. I'm like, no, the fuck it wasn't. That's not a deja vu. Like, this would be a deja vu. Like, if it was, like, right now. Like, and I've had them 1,000 times. Even weird moments. There was even one deja vu. There's been a couple, not even one. There's a couple deja vus I had where, like, I knew I was having the deja vu moment before it happened. Like, I was hanging out with a buddy of mine at one time, and I was sitting there on his couch, and I was like, and in the deja vu, like, I had remembered, I was like, I'm about to say this, and he's going to say that. And I was like, hey, anyway. I was like, okay. And so I said it anyway. He said the exact answer. And I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, that happened. All right, so we know that that's verified because we thought about it beforehand and even went with it to see if it was right. Like,
That's weird, because I'll tell you what. That same sentiment right there. A lot of guilt. You gotta understand. A lot of guilt. Yeah.
but I still handle it.
But I killed the person. In a deja vu. And I had this, I don't know.
The deja vu, you had it?
Yes. And every time I get sick to my stomach. Because the person I can
You never killed him, You know it.
encountered in your lifetime. Yes, you accept responsibility. And no, you can't accept responsibility for it. And, oh,
So do you,
it is what it is. Life is what it is. You accept. If you stop, you want to free yourself, free your mind of all the bullshit.
I don't think I want to.
You want to free your mind of, man, this is what I'm saying. You have to atone for the things that you have done bad.
What if you can't remember everything you've done bad? But you know, what if you can't remember everything you've done bad, but you know you've done a lot bad? How do you atone for things you don't remember?
You can't.
So,
You can't. So you accept the tone. You accept. Okay?
I remember hurting certain people, but I don't remember like certain moments.
I have loved your mother
Yeah.
since she was such a.
No.
I kid you not. I have loved her since she was such a young thing.
Yeah.
Not in the same way I do now, but
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
get it. No, I get it. I understand. I get that.
I love her soul.
I understand about that. I understand that. I understand about
Our
everything.
soul and my soul have traveled through time for
And that's
decades
you know,
and decades and decades and
the part that hits me is I feel like I did too. I was very like just in general with someone, and I can't find that person.
When we tell you how I find her. How did I find your mom? How did I find you, dear?
Facebook.
Facebook.
I know that.
I was patient. I didn't think I would ever.
Here's the key.
I would ever
You were looking
figure
though, right?
shit out.
You were looking though, right?
No, I wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
I really
You were
wasn't.
looking. You weren't like looking for like love, but you were looking for her though, right?
No. No.
No.
Not at all.
He was with Michelle.
I was by myself. I was just talking to people, whatever.
I don't mean to be rude. I was asking. You mess around with her when you was with Michelle?
Yep.
Yes, I did, actually. But that was after. I
I'm just asking because I'm trying to
realized
figure out.
what was
I'm trying to
going
figure out my own possibilities. It's
on.
my-
Michelle, let me tell you something about.
No. It's
I gotta
it's
tell
not
you
about
about
love.
this gal.
You don't have to. She was probably toxic, abusive, probably controlling.
She wasn't abusive. She was controlling to a point.
Controlling and abusive.
But
I don't
listen,
mean abusive as in like she's knocking you out on Tuesday.
she had no. Listen, she had no faith. She had no.
Which, see,
What's the word I want to use?
you don't have to explain her because I can see it. I can see that. That's
I
the
don't
thing.
think you can.
I can see that. I can see that. Without you explaining her and who she was, somehow I can see.
She didn't trust me.
Right.
She
Right.
didn't.
Yeah.
She did not
I can see that.
have faith in me.
Right.
She did. All she wanted was control. All she wanted was
I can see
the
that.
fact that I had
Call that
a-
intuition, but I can see that. I can see her. You don't have to explain it because I don't want to make you relive it. I can already see
Oh.
it. I can already see
I
it.
relive it.
I know, but you don't have to.
I don't have to. Trust me.
I know. And I don't want to make you for the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I know. My mother's a blessing. We were both, I mean, you were blessed by, being loving. I was blessed. That's my mother. You know? Like, I get it. I know. We're both blessed in that aspect. I get that.
I don't know why you guys kissing ass so much.
We're not kissing. I don't think
I'm joking. I'm
I mean, if you want me
joking.
to kiss your ass, I guess, I don't know.
No, I'm good.
He will.
Oh my God.
I could record it for you.
No, I'm
If you're into
good.
that, recording later for
I'm
you.
good.
for scientific record. No. But no, I'm saying you don't have to explain it. I understand that because I've been there. I know. You don't have to. I've searched. You can say in 29 years that 29 years is young.
Very young.
It is. Too some.
60 years old.
Too some.
I could say.
Dad, I was in prison at 18 years old. I actually had
It don't matter.
no, it doesn't. It does to an extent of experience for that moment, but not overall. And you're right. But I have experienced many thousands of options and things, you know, like with you telling me that my possibilities are endless, right? And I know
Absolutely.
I have tested the
You are
waters.
intelligent.
I have-
and you know.
I have tested the waters on all of these things.
So why are you so where you're at? That's the question.
It's not the settling. Okay, yeah, yeah.
You have said
I have. And it's a morality issue.
not morality.
It is.
It's not a.
It is morality because I have settled for the extent of morality because of the fact that I could be way above my belonging.
Moral.
My-
Moral.
No.
What is moral?
Moral to me is not hurting those that you love.
Okay. How are you hurting those that you love where you're at right now?
I'm not.
You're not.
Which is
So how
I
do
mean
you
I am actually correction. I am hurting you and mom by being here. Financially. For one. But financially is not
But
financially isn't
you're
just
getting food
financial.
stamps, you're not hurting us. Financially, you're not hurting us.
But I am in the aspects of like you guys have been holding this house, you guys have been paying the bills there, you guys have been doing all this. Even to me, $215, which at the time, which now it's $519, which might make an advantage. But I know for a fact you guys were at least paying $350 on the house, which is what my rent was, on top of the electric and the water. So $519 might cover my basis mentally now. But up until now is what you guys have been paying. So I haven't even covered my roots. Okay. On top of that, the stress of me just being here, right?
I don't
I
stress. Listen, let me tell you something.
no, because you guys have different.
Hold on. Buddy, I love you. I love you. You're like a son. You are a son.
You are, yeah, and you're a father.
You are a
I
son.
know that. I know.
I've got a grandson out there.
Yes.
You are here.
Yes.
Okay.
I know that.
That is not a detriment. Okay.
But
Listen. Stop. Don't look at it. It is that.
okay, the only reason why, I have to explain, the only reason why is because like you guys are up at like 6 in the morning, 1 Okay, you guys will be up awake in 5 hours.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know how the fuck you do it. I don't. Let alone
Listen.
if I was living in
Listen.
the house by my
Stop.
I have to explain. I have
Stop.
to explain.
Stop. We're parents. Parent.
But I'm supposed to be a parent.
You are a parent. Okay? Think of that. Parent.
I don't wake up
You
till
are
noon.
a parent of a
Which-
offspring that is
Right, but
what? 8 years old. Right?
my thing is with that is just like for like the simple needs, not even simple needs. I don't know what to call it. It's like I need my
Simple
sleep.
needs are
I need my sleep, but like if
shelter.
yes,
Water,
but I'm reliant.
food,
I'm
right?
relying on you, right? But I also become reliant on you guys for Jaden, right? Like Jaden is gonna wake up whatever time he wakes. I honestly don't know.
Shelter. Needs food. Needs shelter.
Right. But like you guys have seen me sleep till noon, till 1 o'clock, and I know that's an issue. Like I know that's an issue. Like I know that's an issue because that's not normal. But like I need my sleep, and I have my own issues that I'm dealing with to not fall asleep till 4, which should not be an issue, but it is an issue. So I see that weight with like I need to wake up sooner to be up
What
for
do
my
you
son.
do? What do you do? Okay, it's say it's 1 a.m.
Oh, God.
Okay.
And talk on your phone.
Not
With your
always.
phone?
Not always.
Just laying in bed away.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I just lay in bed and
Sometimes otherwise.
sometimes I scroll on Facebook.
And
Sometimes I scroll on Facebook and I sit there and scroll through Facebook. Sometimes the demons of the night message me and say, hey, we're still awake. Are you awake? And I say, yeah, I'm still
who's the
awake.
demons?
Females, whoever.
Females? You
Whoever.
got female demons out there.
I'm aware. I'm aware of them. They're
Okay,
not.
are they
They're not
real or are
blessing. They're not blessing our
Are
way
they
of living.
real or are they just
Yeah.
on Facebook?
I don't know.
Real and Facebook. There's
Both?
Facebook is real.
That'd be like asking if my mother was a demon of your love on Facebook before you met her.
Well, that happened what?
Well, that's what I'm
That-
saying.
that didn't
That's what I'm
usually at,
saying,
what,
though.
2 a.m.
That's
Not
2
4
a.m.
a.m.
2
4
a.m.
a.m.
Oh, 2 hours.
Okay. You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't see what you're saying.
Okay,
You're
you're
saying
staying
hours.
up till 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yes, 2, 4. Fuck you. There's no difference. You don't know. How did you know until you knew? You know.
I know.
No, listen.
Listen.
If mom,
I'm 60 fucking years old.
Yes.
I know.
If my mother had messaged you at 5 in the morning
I would've
and you
been
had
awake and
and you happen to be
He would have been awake getting ready for work
yes.
most of those days,
I have to
probably.
pee too. I was about to go pee outside, and he just happened to. Yeah, we're about to pee together, my guy.
Oh my god. I am so tired. And then them two arguing and oh my god. I think I'm gonna end up ending this and going to bed because I am exhausted. And they can stay up and argue or do whatever the hell they want to do. I don't care at this point. So anyway, have a good night. I hope you enjoyed their philosophical arguing. So anyway, good night. I love you guys. Good night. Oh, I know, Hugo. I know, darling. But anyway, Hugo, I love you, sweetheart, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Oh no. Now they're howling. Oh no. I don't know if you heard that or not, but yeah. One of the two is howling, so anyway. Okay, well. Anyway, you have a good night, Hugo, okay? I'm gonna go to bed. I'm exhausted. Those two are driving me nuts. Anyway, love you, Hugo. You have a good night, baby. Rebecca, if you're still here, love you.
Come on, fluffy butt.